Welcome into the archives, where we dive into games long forgotten in our Steam libraries to find gems hidden within. It has been a while, I know. Had things to deal with, and now I'm back. You may have also noticed that I'm not covering Sunless Sky like I said I was. To give a quick reason, mostly I could not get into the game, even though I was really excited. So I decided I will just come back to it in the future. So with that out of the way, let us dive into Abzu to see what it has to offer. First, what does Abzu mean? Well, the translation of Abzu from Sumerian, or Absu, from the Romanized version of the word, means water deep. Ab being water, and Zu being deep. Now, I'm an American, so my pronunciation may be terrible, but the word derives from fresh water from underground aquifers, which has been given a religious fertilizing quality in Sumerian and Akkadian mythology. There is also a god called Abzu in only the Babylonian creation epic, which is also a god of fresh water. The reason I bring up the history of the word is because the ruins and the story in the game seem to pull inspiration from the history of the word itself, which I find very interesting, so I wanted to share. Thanks, Wikipedia. We should probably throw them some money at them soon. They seem to be getting a little desperate. Abzu, the game itself, is about the diver, who swims around to discover different types of fish and explore the world the game provides. As far as I know, all the fish that are in the game are the ones from Earth, so no alien fishies, however, some look like they should be. As well, discovering a history of a Atlantic Sumerian culture through the ruins you find along the way. Although, me being uncultured, I got some old Egyptian vibes as well from the ruins you get to explore. And, well, I will leave it at that so not to spoil the whole experience. The story itself is an unspoken tale which you discover through the ruins and with the environment. Starting the game with you just exploring the wildlife, with the chapters progressing towards an actual plot. I had little complaints with the overall experience and I thought it was pretty satisfactory. Now, what I really want to bring up is the atmosphere, the storytelling, and the sound design. It very much reminds me of another BAFTA winner you may be more familiar with, Journey, which I remember being a big hit when it came out several years back in 2012. Interestingly enough, the creative director, Matt Nava, was also the art director for Journey, which it really shows considering the similarity of the silent, unspoken narrative, great music, and fun art style that Abzu brings. Now, I have not played Journey, but have seen a little bit of it, so I apologize if there's any parallels or facts that I may have missed. Even so, I could still feel their influence in Abzu, only knowing as little as I do in Journey. Abzu is really just a relaxing time. With the calm music and mostly a lack of threats, you really can take in the environment and the music. Where you can ride dolphins, have fish follow you around, we can collect seashells to give you unlimited super swim, and discover secret pools to bring back interesting fish back into the ecosystem. All of this really an incentive to really explore your surroundings, going from chapter to chapter, going deeper in the ocean, until eventually you find what lurks below and the ruins that lie in wait. On the way, I found fun fish that I've never heard of, such as trumpet fish or thresher shark. I'm not kidding. Trumpet fish are a thing, and they are adorable, wiggly boys. Which leads to a nitpick about how the game handles the variety of fish it has, with it not giving you any fun facts or information about the fish themselves. I mean, if you really are interested, you can Google them like I did, but still, I think it would have been cool if they had, like, something. The controls themselves are alright, and the only complaint that comes to mind is the dashing mechanic can be a little wonky in certain places, and the walking being very slow as well. So, did I enjoy Abzu? Yeah, I found it a nice, relaxing time. With a price tag of $20, with my game time being 4 hours-ish, do I think it's worth getting? Yes, if you're into what is essentially a very pretty walking simulator. If I hadn't gotten this game from Humble Bundle, I would have probably never bought it unless it was really cheap during a sale. Why? Because I'm lame and cannot determine the worth of art. As an art piece, I think it's really great, but I tend to get something with more gameplay than a swim and seek. To be fair, Abzu kept my attention, and I never really felt bored. I am glad that I was able to experience it. Plus, it has tons of positive reviews. So my silly considerations for buying a game are pretty outshadowed by the popular vote. So maybe give it a chance and tell me what you think. Well, now that I got my feet wet back into the reviewing process, I have something in the pipeline I've been wanting to do this holiday season, which is to cover a series of games that dates back to 1985 to 1988, which I've heard were popular at the time, which also got a sequel back in 2018, and the original trilogy got remastered in 2004. So please join me by the fire next time, and listen to the review of A Bard's Tale. If Supreme Commander doesn't steal me away with nostalgia, but no promises. Until then, enjoy the archives.